Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the new Marvel Legends Shang-CHI figure, part of the Demogoblin Build-A-Figure wave of Master of Kung Fu Marvel Legends, which is weird because it's just like the one guy, and that's weird that they made that designation. But that's what he is. He's a martial artist. That's his superpower. People like it, I guess. It's fine. Is the figure any good? That's the question. A lot of accessories. That's not the answer. We'll see what the answer is. So let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just about 6.5 inches, which makes him pretty close to 16.5 centimeters. If you're Shang-Chi, many people are very excited. Other people couldn't care less. And, well, I don't know. His red plastic is very shiny. He's a very shiny guy. His skin tone is not super shiny, but it's not matte finish. I guess maybe matte's okay. It's not flat though. It would look so much nicer if it was flat, like the legs on White Rabbit. That would make him look really good, but he's very glossy for the legs. Very glossy. And then his headband is perpetually up in the air. That drives me freaking nuts. It's not pegged in such that you can move it, but even if you could, you'd be rotating it around, but it would still be sticking out. I hate that so much. I get that it's there for a martial arts pose, like a kick or something, and you want it to look like it's moving, but his face is completely nothing, so it's not going to look like he's doing anything. It's just, if you're going to give us a dynamic thing like this for posing, you have to give us a regular one too to go with a neutral face like this. I don't think anybody makes that face while they're doing a kick or a punch or something. He looks bored, and maybe he's perplexed at why this is blowing and his hair is not, because his hair is still going down, but that's going up in the air. It's very goofy looking. I hate that so much. I know maybe some people won't care, but that is the most ridiculousness I've ever seen, I think. It's just so silly. Put that on your shelf. It doesn't even look like the wind's blowing. It's clearly made for like a kick where he's going like this or like this, like moving in this direction. Even if the wind was blowing, his tassel things, unless he's standing in a tornado and they're blowing up like that, it just doesn't make sense. It drives me nuts. It's such a silly little thing to have a problem with, but it shouldn't be a problem. So that's goofy. And he also has nipples. They're double standard. So aesthetically speaking, I'll give this guy a 7. I don't mind the parts they used, but I do think that the glossy pants and the tassel-y headband looks goofy. Alright, as far as accessories go, we have the 2 hands, let's call them Kung Fu hands, that come on him in the package. Then we have 2 fist hands, 2 karate chop hands. I know they're not karate chop hands, that's Japanese. He's not. We have 2 gripping hands and then 2 actual gripping hands for his accessories. And for the accessories, we have 1 set of nunchucks, which are just straight out, and then we have 1 that is at a 90-degree bend. The infamous 90-degree bend nunchuck. No, I get why they're like that. I think, kind of like with the headband, if you're going to have pieces made for only action poses, you probably should include one for a neutral pose. I guess this one is. The 90-degree bend one can be used in a neutral pose, sort of. But, yeah, I don't know. This figure's kind of weird. It's good that they got a bunch of hands, so accessory-wise, I'll give it an 8, I guess. It feels kind of like they just didn't consider some things. Like, his face couldn't be more neutral. Less interested in what he's doing is not an option for him. He is the least interested in what he's doing. But everything we have for him is made for dynamic posing. He should be making a face. On to the articulation. That's going to be important for this guy. The head can go back. We do have a definite lollipop syndrome. You can see his neck is totally broken right there. Neck is up there. Face is all the way down here. You can hide it though, luckily, and the head doesn't sit all that high, so I think that's okay. So you're going to have plenty of posability. God. That's not something you need to be able to do. Okay, butterfly joint is really nice on this guy. Shoulders would work really nicely, better than horizontal. Full rotation. Articulation is definitely this guy's strong suit, by far. So at least they got that part right. That's pretty good. Double jointed elbow, you get better than 90 degrees out of it. Wrists have a swivel and a hinge, obviously. Ab crunch is still not great on this figure. He definitely gets like a pot belly situation, but it'll work. We've seen a lot better ab crunches. This mold, even though it's better in most ways than other things, the ab crunch is still lacking. Floating belt, waist twist, hips, Yeah, not great, honestly. We've seen better hips on a lot of characters, and so these are only at about 45, so that kind of sucks. They do go forward, they don't really go back too far, just a little bit. Thigh swivel is fine, double jointed knee is fine. You do get a shin swivel at the pant, which does help for posability for the ankles. So you can do like any kind of ankle movement you really want to do. And then they do have really good range for the hinge, so that's nice. So yeah, articulation's really solid. Hips definitely could be better, ab crunch could be better, but otherwise it's nice. So I'll give him an 8 for that. And now it's time for the final verdict. That headband is driving me nuts. I can't not notice. It just looks so weird that it's just sitting there like that. His hair is not reacting to whatever's going on that's making his headband do that, and they're connected both to his head in a similar fashion. It's very perplexing. Driving me nuts. How is that not driving anyone? Is it driving everyone else nuts? It should be. So hands are great, lots of hands. Face sculpt is about as bland as it can be. I don't know, I'm torn. It poses well. Let's see, poses well, lots of hands. Paint job is totally lacking. Oval nipples, that's a big ding. I'm gonna give it an 8. It's still pretty good. I want to give it a better rating because of the posability, and the hands, like those things should be noted as being pretty good. But that headband being like that is just ridiculous. The glossy pants looks pretty weird, and he has oval nipples, so there you go. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please do let me know by giving the video a thumbs up, and go ahead and leaving a comment. Go ahead and, that's a new word, go ahead and leave in a comment, and we'll talk in there, that section below. And if you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs down, that's fine too. You can talk about that in the comment section below. And if you aren't subscribed, you probably should, because I have new videos out almost every day, pretty much every day but Wednesday, whenever I can manage it. And thousands already on the channel, so come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.